Well, I just want to say a quick hello and share something encouraging. Lately, I've been thinking a lot about abilities and giftings, and I think so often we think that we need this grand ability and we need to be grade 8 piano before we can do anything. And the Bible's very clear that God sees the heart. When you have a heart after God, that's what He sees. God's not impressed by talent and ability. He gave us ability and talent, but it's not for our sake. You know, I grew up quite scared to play the piano. I was very shy to sing in front of people. I don't really like singing in front of people, but there's something inside of me that I want to. But in the natural, it's not, you see so many charismatic people who are just so lively, and it's like they don't get nervous to speak or sing or talk in big groups of people. And I'm an introvert by nature. It's just the way I am. I love people, but I get very intimidated by people. I get very scared to lead worship, but at the same time there's a confidence inside me, not in myself but in God. I don't know if you know this about me, but years ago when I started leading worship, I would get so nervous to the point where we would be about to start and I would run to the side of the room and literally throw up with so much nerves, and then I'd come back and then lead worship. And over the years, I've been able to grow and be at another level of confidence where I can handle those nerves a lot better. But I've always been grateful, as weird as this sounds, I've always just been grateful that I can't rely on my ability. That at the end of the day, for a win for me, when people come into a corporate worship time, is, did those people encounter God? Did they walk out different? That's a win. But if people come in and they're just entertained and they've sung a happy song and they walk out and nothing's different about them, they haven't encountered God, they haven't heard God's voice, they haven't felt His presence, if that doesn't happen, then I just think that's not a win. You know, you could go to the pub or to a football match and have the same experience there, probably a better experience. It's not about your ability. You don't have to have a fantastic voice. You don't have to play an instrument really well. All you have to do is have a heart for God and to try. And He sees that. And then He develops that in you. Like when I first started, I could play a few chords. I would make mistakes every third chord. My voice would tremble. And yeah, I was just a wreck. And I think anyone looking at me would think, what is she doing? Why is she even doing that? She's pathetic. She's useless. Why? One scripture that stood out to me last week was that God chooses the foolish things to shame the wise. And I think so many times in my life, God's used my foolishness, my inability to open doors, and opportunities came. And these are opportunities that you think, why would this little girl from South Africa who's an introvert, it's God that gave that to me. At the end of the day, I think it's not about my talents and my ability, but it's about His talent and His ability. And every time I go to lead worship, I always say to God, do what only You can do. Do not let me stand there in my ability and in my frailness, and that's it. Let Your presence come. Let lives be changed, and it can be as little as whatever the littleness is, but let lives be changed. And so whatever you're going through, whatever you're pursuing, stop waiting until one day when you've got it all together. Stop waiting until you've got over your issues. Stop waiting until you've got the grade 8 piano. Stop waiting until you've got all the voice lessons in place. Start now. God can use a little mustard seed and He can move mountains. Don't wait for something else. Don't wait for someone else. If you keep waiting and waiting, other things are going to go ahead of you, but just step out now. If you want to write songs, start writing it. Just write. I have a diary and I just write down lyrics. On my phone, if If I hear a melody, I'll hum it into the microphone and then I'll come back and put it all together. If you've listened to my songs, they're the most simple songs on the planet, but I'm not here to entertain. I'm not here to make you wowed. I'm certainly not here for that. I'm here just to enjoy the presence of God and write songs that can help anyone worship Him. Start today, whatever it is, right now. Go out, step out, do something, because you've got to start somewhere. God has given you gifts and abilities, and He'll show you what to do. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I really appreciate it. Bye.